Joining me now is David Hawkins. He is the editor of The Firewall, and he's here to talk about a pretty significant story because Americans have their eyes. April 15th, that's tax day. Congress also is spending a lot of time talking about taxes right now.
Right. I think no coincidence that the Democratic chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Richie Neal of Massachusetts, has decided to wait until the height of tax season to make his move and to demand the president's tax returns for the past 6 years. He's not demanding them of the president. This is an important distinction. He's demanding them of the IRS, and he has the right to do so. It seems pretty clear under a law that's been on the books for almost 100 years, rarely invoked, that says that the two tax-writing chairmen in Congress can go to the IRS commissioner and get the tax returns on any individual. And that it says pretty straightforward that the IRS commissioner shall turn this papers over. That doesn't seem to be good enough for the president. The president says he's not going to comply. He's going to order the Treasury Secretary to not comply. Over the weekend, we had Mick Mulvaney, the acting White House Chief of Staff, saying, "You're never going to see the president's tax returns," which is, of course, different from what we heard during the campaign.
Right. And during that campaign, you know, the argument from the White House was always that, all right, well, Trump won. He was litigated during the campaign. Trump is in the White House now. People don't care about the taxes. But polling shows that they do, and Democrats were ushered in this majority in the House, largely on oversight, and that has to do a lot with the president's finances.
That's right. So this is going to be probably the biggest oversight fight of the year, other than if it ends up being a big fight over how much detail to release in the Mueller report. This is going to be a year of oversight, not of legislation. Already we're looking towards the 2020 election with not too much legislating happening. Instead, the House Democrats are going to be all about oversight, and some of this is going to end up in the courts with the president saying, despite what he said during the campaign, which is, "You'll see my tax returns just as soon as an audit is over," although he never proved that he was under audit, and he could release his tax returns even if he was under audit. Now he says, never going to see him.
And shifting gears a little bit here, and we were just talking about a term that was at least new to both of us, and that is doxing.
Right. So doxing is the practice of taking somebody's personal information and revealing it against their will, either stuff that's in the public domain or actually hacking into computer systems and finding out personal information about somebody and then putting it out there as a way to embarrass them or make their lives more difficult. Believe it or not, this sort of new wave 21st century crime was happening right in the hidebound 19th century Senate. This was a disgruntled Senate employee, got fired last winter, and decided he wanted to take it out on some senators. And so he went and got their cell phone information, their home addresses, other personal information, posted it online, and has now pleaded guilty to the crime of doxing.
Yeah, so it's not just foreign actors like Russia. There are threats, technology threats here at home as well.
That's exactly right.
All right, David, thank you so much. For more stories like these, you can sign up for The Firewall at thefirewall.us.